Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Toppyou here. We're actually going to react to a atozy video, guys. IRL streamer just got two people on our live, guys. Right? If you guys like these type of videos, hit a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it, guys.
This Dutch streamer accepted a $5 donation to make a prank call that resulted in two random people losing their lives on New Year's Day. What a crazy headline. This is genuinely one of the most horrific stories I've covered in a while, mainly
That is totally insane. Totally
because of just how random and preventable all of this was. Part of it's exploiting potentially unstable people for content, and part of it is wrong place at the wrong time. Even though the YouTuber didn't orchestrate any of this or carry out any of the violence, none of this would have happened if he hadn't made that prank call for a measly $5 donation. But to make things even worse, he also tried to pretend like he had nothing to do with this horrible tragedy. So he deleted
a lot of people as well. A lot of creators just offer donations. You will not believe, especially in the live streaming world. Come on, a lot of craziness.
the VOD and pretended like he wasn't streaming that day. He since changed his story after his own Discord notification showed people otherwise, and now his lawyer is stating that he was simply confused over the dates. But one thing is for sure though, the streamer who goes by RowanYT is, I guess, no stranger to these pranks or facing backlash for them. The dude clearly loves attention on the internet. In the past, he's boasted about, I guess, the achievement of making a kid cry and even pretending to hit a baby. So, seems like an average archetype of a prankster. And believe it or not, he's also admitted himself to being arrested for these prank calls before.
And I really have the funniest pranks when I talk about myself. I think it's super funny, and so do other people, and it goes super viral on the internet, so that's going well.
Yeah, there was even a boy who started crying. What did you do about that?
Yes, there was a boy who got very emotional when I told him he was being referred to Holt.
This is Joris, the neighborhood officer. Good evening. We have established that you, as far as we can tell, left a cobra in front of the door, and we would like you to come to the station tomorrow.
Nee, ik heb het helemaal niet gedaan.
You didn't do it, did you? Are you sure?
Oké, ik heb het wel gedaan.
That is quite enough now, boy. That is enough. I mean it? Enough.
I ain't gonna lie, these people just go a little too far for these pranks, and I might be being honest with you guys. Pranks just really irritate me. I don't know about you guys, but pranks do irritate me. Some of these pranks just go literally too far, really too far.
You need to take it easy. Just take it easy. Easy now. Just stay easy, boy. You are not getting any more food, boy. You are going to be listed on Craigslist.
And at the time he was arrested, he was claiming that this is supposed to be like one big turning point for him. He was going to change his ways, but I guess not.
Guys, look, there he is. The prisoner, RowanJT, has just been released from prison. At 7 in the morning, I was dragged out of bed, literally. At one point, 5 of those big guys walked into my room. Well, then you can just explain that to the judge, probably for a prank. You know that threat? That's what I was being suspected of. He says to me, yeah, I know that's what it's about, and you probably shouldn't sleep tonight.
Because on January 1st, 2026, he made a prank call that ended up resulting in 2 fatal consequences for 2 teenagers who were supposedly on their way to McDonald's when a random man opened fire on the group.
No more pranks, boys. I actually signed something saying I'm not allowed to do that anymore.
And I know you're probably thinking, wait a second, like, what does this have anything to do with a prank call? How did this even happen? Well, Rowan apparently had this whole gimmick where viewers could donate and nominate someone for him to prank call on a stream for content. Now, obviously, this sounds like a recipe for disaster, but I guess people like this because they can use this guy as a vessel to prank their friends or people they know.
And I've started live streaming various concepts, including, you know, prank calls.
So people are able to donate their phone numbers, and then you go ahead and call all those numbers.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. I reach out and call up the various friends of our generous donors. For instance, I might target an uncle's small business or perhaps a local driving school for an elaborate prank. Honestly, my pranks are the absolute funniest if I do say so myself. They are truly hilarious. They always go viral online, and everything is going really great for me.
So viewers could essentially nominate a family member, a friend, a business, pretty much anyone they wanted to be pranked as long as they paid the guy $5. And I guess in the $5 donation, along with the victim's information, the donator was expected to provide a story for Rowan to go along with during the call. And these stories just normally consisted of people trying to pick fights with other people. So whoever he called, he essentially just tried to pick a fight with them. And he would take it to the extremes. He would threaten people, he would play gun sounds going off on a laptop, or call a 14-year-old and claim the police were coming to take him away the next morning. These became unhinged pretty quickly.
From now on, just positivity.
What did you think of the venue?
It was quite cold outside. It was cold, but I had a cardigan on.
But why don't we just head into town and see if we can pull a prank?
Right, why not? Well, at least we bought some baby gear. That's a maxi cozy and a playpen. So then you're going to hear this. And then naturally, we are going to gently give that poor crying baby a few little taps.
What is his
Tell
name
me,
then?
what is her name? She's a little girl, isn't she? Well, if I had a daughter,
what's her
I
name?
would name her Lena. So let us just call her Lena.
I think that last call is the one that landed him behind bars to begin with. But I guess after that point, he was supposed to have realized how stupid all this was. And clearly, he can now land in bars if he continues doing
Everything for
so.
the
But
clicks,
according to
everything
another
for the
Dutch
views.
YouTuber I found who does commentary on Rowan, the numbers of views he got dramatically dropped when he wasn't doing prank calls. So that naturally led him back to doing prank calls because obviously he wants to get views.
It was going pretty well until he realized he wasn't actually getting any views anymore. And then he just started live streaming prank calls again. 11 hours ago, a day ago, 2 days ago, and 3 days ago. He just started streaming prank calls daily again because he wasn't getting any money or views. And he recorded 2 videos that had nothing to do with prank calls after that whole incident. That was after arriving in Tenerife at our beautiful villa. And we caused chaos at the supermarket in Tenerife. And those are good vlogs, of course, but Roland probably wasn't happy with the view count because he has 40,000 subscribers and he got 4,000 views on both videos. For those who can't do the math, that's about 10% of his total subscriber count. His live streams are actually much better than the videos he posts.
But I guess this faithful $5 donation that Rowan received described the person he would be calling as an unstable nephew named Effie. And he said that Rowan should use a fake gangster story to prank him. So the prank allegedly consisted of Rowan pressing this F.A. guy and claiming to be a gangster who F.A. owed money to. What could go wrong? And after a bit of arguing, the fight escalated, and it's reported that F.A. actually wanted to meet up. And I was a little bit confused on who actually instigated at first, and honestly, right now, without the audio, it really can't be 100% confirmed, but I do think it's important to consider when looking at whose fault here, because this wouldn't have happened if a prank caller didn't instigate this. But according to Dexerto, according to a preliminary hearing on April 22nd, the Dutch Public Prosecution Service said that F.A. was told by the caller to come to a blue bridge and Widget Park. KiIIed Widget Park. I have no idea how to pronounce Dutch names. KiIIed Widget Park. That can't be right. In this park right here. I can't pronounce it. But I guess all of this means there's a chance that it wasn't F.A.'s idea to meet originally. But again, we can't be 100% sure. And who's to say what would have happened regardless? But either way, what happens next is a senseless tragedy. It is awful because F.A. apparently went to this bridge that he agreed to meet at, except he came armed. And at the same time, 3 teens were walking to McDonald's through the park where the bridge was located, and before anyone knew what was even happening, F.A. allegedly opened fire on the 3 teenagers, which then took the life of 2 of them. I don't know the exact timeline after this, but then it's reported that Rowan deleted his VODs, and when asked, he denied that he had any involvement. Everything about the story is just a tragedy, but he did go as far to say that he wasn't even live that day, so apparently there was no chance that he could have had any involvement. Impossible even. Like, come on, dude. This is also going to be really interesting to see what happens with this case, because I don't know how this would be handled in the US, and I definitely don't know how this would be handled in Europe. I mean, there's no way this prankster ever thought in a million years that something like this would happen.
Yeah, that was actually pretty much unfortunate. You know, so I see why I don't like pranks, because a lot of these senseless stuff does actually happen, and a lot have happened throughout the years where a lot of even pranksters themselves actually got hurt and unalived as well. So prank, nice. If you're doing nice prank, have nice pranks you could actually do, right? But people like to go and do the extreme ones just to get the clicks, the views, because people just somehow just like to see people do idiotic stuff to themselves, you know?
Now, obviously, there is a massive risk when it comes to prank calling, and there's especially a massive risk when it comes to prank calling unstable people, especially when you're warned ahead of time that this is an unstable person. But again, unfortunately for him, even though he claimed, I wasn't live that day, the internet, you know, it's forever. And obviously, people were able to connect the dots. Plus, his Discord notifications told a very different story than what he was saying. So obviously, it is not a great look to have going live to do prank calls as a Discord notification when he was claiming, I didn't stream that day. What are you talking about? I mean, hey, I'm no expert, but this kind of sounds like hiding evidence. But anyway, Rowan's statement changed on the April 24th when RTL News reported through his lawyer, Gerald Rotoff, that the denial was basically based on incorrect information about the date. Rotoff said that Rowan now retracts that statement and regrets the confusion. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and speculate, but, you know, it's a little convenient to just forget the date that this all happened, but who knows? Currently, though, Rowan is being viewed as a witness rather than a suspect, with his lawyer arguing it cannot be concluded that the prank itself caused what happened. And again, to be fair, I don't think anyone could have ever expected something like this to happen. But still, the dude.
So basically, he went there at a point in time, even if they actually had a time set or anything like that. But that guy actually took it serious and he went there waiting. And the first people he see that actually come his way, he should actually ask some questions. So that was actually kind of petty of him. He should actually ask some questions. He didn't ask no questions, nothing. That's like, come on, man.
Dude indirectly got 2 teenagers' lives taken by doing that, by instigating this dude to do this. This is just such a tragedy. But regardless, I don't even know what the desired outcome was here. Did whoever donated know that this person might be gang affiliated? So maybe the person who donated set the streamer up to do something really stupid, which obviously he does over and over again. But obviously pushing the pranks.
There's that next thing as well, right? If somebody's actually gang affiliated, a lot of people actually does do these things, but it's try to get streamers to actually do signs, gang signs, and all these different things. Especially if they're not from that hood and they have ups, and if they do certain signs, it will actually trigger off the ups and stuff like that. And it come like you are actually affiliated with them as well. So have to be careful.
So far that they have to meet up in public, nothing good could ever happen from that. Especially when the context of the whole prank is, hey, you owe someone very dangerous a whole bunch of money. Like, that's just not a reassuring call to get, especially as an unstable person. Because at the bare minimum, he wanted to cause this guy some anguish for content. And also, as the person who's being prank called, if you have his name and number, why would he not assume that you know where he lives and that his family could be in danger? So all of this is just so bad. But reports also state that FA suffered from PTSD and schizophrenia and had not been taking his medication for about 6 months at the time of the call. So again, recipe for disaster. The prank caller didn't know this at the time, but still, a recipe for disaster. But I am definitely wondering, could this streamer actually get charges from this? Could the person who donated the money to the streamer get charges for this? I don't know. Regardless, all of this is a tragedy. It should have never happened, but here we are. And we don't even know what's going to happen to FA because Dutch law requires establishing intent to prove murder. And the defense contends that FA's actions weren't premeditated, but rather a panicked response to what he believed was a legitimate police investigation spurred by the prank. The only thing that we know is that 2 teenagers are not here because of a prank. A preliminary hearing has been scheduled for July 8th, so we'll likely have a lot more information then. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Alright guys, that was a video from atozy. He actually do really good content as well. That was pretty sad though. Rest in peace to those youths on them who actually was unalived. That's actually pretty much tragic. Tell me what you guys think about this down in the comment section, guys. I would actually like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. I cover a lot of videos like these. Different type of stories. A lot of different entertaining stuff, guys. It was your boy Toppyou. Check out this other video that actually popped up on your screen as well. And I'm out.